Okay, and I think we're live. Awesome. Hello, everyone. As always, please let us know if you can see and hear us without any problems in the comments section. With this MonteTalks event, we are going to have one presentation, a combination of a lightning talk and some live coding presented by Rafał Kondziela, Python developer at Monterail. Hello, Rafał. Nice to have you here.
Yeah, hello. For me, it's nice to be here also.
Thanks, also great. Rafa will introduce us today to Prometheus monitoring for Python applications using a real app example. Feel free to ask questions during the presentations. Rafa will answer them at the end of our meeting. That's all from my side. Again, welcome everyone. And Rafa, I'll give you the floor.
Okay, so let's start. And today, as I will talk a bit about a really nice tool called Prometheus and show you the real usage based on the Django REST API application. So let's start. Uh, Maybe on the beginning, let's talk a bit what is Prometheus. So Prometheus is an open source, very elastic and customizable metrics-based monitoring system. The service gather and store data as metrics. It has a simple but powerful data model and provides a query language from QL that lets you analyze how your application and infrastructure are performing. And it is very elastic tool and can be integrated with various third-party tools or plugins. Mm, let's briefly see how Prometheus architecture looks like. So on this slide, you can see the simple diagram of Prometheus architecture. So in the middle, we have the Prometheus service core, and Prometheus generally Prometheus works by discovers the services and periodically scrapes a data from them. So that's this part. And services might be direct applications, or it might be exporters. By the exporters, the data can be scraped from the other third-party applications by the exporters. And direct applications might be monitored thanks to the Prometheus client library, which provides basic Prometheus metrics. The official Prometheus client library is available in a couple common languages like Go, Python, Java, and Ruby, but they are also a variety third-party client libraries for the other languages and frameworks, for example, for the Node.js. Prometheus might be also integrated with systems like EC2 or Kubernetes. And of course, the Prometheus scraped data and stored them in the database, and Prometheus have own storage. And those data might be accessible by the PromQL and visualized on dashboards by the external service for the data visualization. For example, one of the most popular is Grafana. And also it worth to mention that one of the biggest advantage of Prometheus is possibility to define custom alert rules and trigger alerts via extension called Alert Manager. And Alert Manager allow us to send notification via various channels like email, Slack, or PagerDuty. So we can configure Alert Manager to send notifications via the email. Let's briefly overview how Prometheus metrics looks like. So this is an example of Prometheus metric. On the beginning, we have metric name. In the middle, we've got section with labels. And on the end, we've got metric value. It's important metric value might be only numeric, and labels values might be strings. So yeah, this is a custom metric called app request total, and it has two labels, endpoint and method, and value. In this example, is equal 3. Also, Prometrics that provides us various type of metrics. So one of the most popular is counter metric type, and I guess the name it says for itself. So the counter metric might be incremented or decremented. Other type is gauge. So it's gauge is very similar to counter, with the difference that the metric value can be set to any number, not just incremented. But of course, it supports incrementation and decrementation methods like counter. Other two types are more advanced, I mean summary and histograms, because those metrics create multitude of time series, and it is also needed to use them with special PromQL methods like, for example, rate or sum. And those kind of metric might be useful to track the latency. Another kind of metric is anon type, and we defined available states, and Prometheus automatically creates separate metrics with the label of all the finite states, and sets the proper metric values on 0 or 1, independently which state is active. And the last type of metric, it's info, and this is the dictionary metric type. And for the purpose of today's meeting, I created as I mentioned, I created the Django REST API application, calls coupon app. And this application has following requirements. So we have predefined various coupon types. Users can draw a random coupon once every 5 minutes. Users can have only one valid coupon at a time. Users can use a coupon at any time, and coupons that have already been used cannot be reused. Okay, that will be all slides. So let's switch to the code editor. And yeah, on the beginning, the entire application is containerized, and that's how looks Docker Compose of the entire setup. We've got Prometheus container with Prometheus instance, another container alert manager with alert manager extension, the Prometheus. The third container have Grafana instance for data visualization, and the fourth container, it's node exporter. I will talk a bit more later about this. This is additional container that it isn't required to the app setup. And below we've got two containers related with application, with coupons application. So it is app container with app server server of the application, and database, a container for the database, and in this case I used Postgres. Let's see briefly models. Yeah, we've got in Compass application, I define the coupon model for coupon type and user coupon, which is related with user Django user model. And as I mentioned earlier, so Prometheus provides the official library, Prometheus client library, which I installed and import in my application. And from that library, I'm importing various metric objects, counter, enum, gauge, info, and summary. And I initiate the metrics. And first metric is it's called up, and it is info metric type. And as I mentioned earlier, info is dictionary metric type. So I defined some key values, in this case, version, language, and framework. Next metric I created is app request total. It is counter metric type, and this metric takes the total number of various requests, and also this metric have three labels: endpoint, method, and user. Next metric is app last user activity time seconds. So it is gauge type metric, and the value is the timestamp of when user was last active. And also it has a label. In this case, it's user label. Another metric, it's app coupon create last status. It's enum type, and it returns this metric takes the states of last user coupon creation. So we have two states, success and error, and also similar as above, the label user. And last metric is app coupon create time seconds, and yeah, this is summary type metric, and it returns the time of creating coupon, because creating coupon is operation on the database. Let's switch to Yoast. In my application, I used model view set. This model view set handles three type of HTTP methods: get, post, patch, and post. Get is used to fetch all the coupons from the database. Patch to update coupon record, and post to create new coupon instance. I overrode the built-in Django view set methods. One of them is initial, when I get the request user, and set two metrics: request total with right labels. In that case, as I show on the previous view, the request total has three labels: endpoint, method, and user. And second metric, last user activity time, and I'm setting here the timestamp when the request was made. And also the second method I overrode is create. viewset create method from the viewset. And similar here, I've also implement some validation, private validation methods. So I'm validating is already valid coupon exists. Next, I validate was coupon created within 5 minutes. And third validation is coupon, any coupon type exists. Then and on the end of this method, I'm creating the user coupon instance and also set coupon create status metric state on success, and also set coupon create time with calculated value of creation time. That's how looks the Django admin of my application. As I mentioned, I have 3 predefined coupon types: $5, $15, and $10 with proper amount instance. Also, I created example users, as you can see, and that's how metrics, Prometheus metrics are available on metrics endpoint, and that's how they looks in raw form. So they aren't user friendly because it's raw text. But yeah, for the purpose of today's presentation, I've also created a dashboard Grafana, dashboard in Grafana. So as you can see, now we have here we have nicely aggregated and visualized data. Here is our info metrics, which returns the basic information about application, the counter of total get, post, and patch methods, table with API calls, where are defined various endpoints, method, where are the tiled various endpoint, method, user, and the total number of requests. Next table has time when user was active last time. On the right, we've got table with the status of last user creation, last coupon user coupon creation, and above we've got graph which have on which you can see the time of user coupon creation operation. And there are some data because I play with the application before today's meeting, but I also integrated in the application Swagger, and now we can play with this application live. So let's fetch the coupons, user coupons. We can see that we've got 3 coupons for one of the user. Let's try to create coupon. Okay, user coupon was created, but let's try again, create coupon. And now we receive the error, valid coupon already exists. So that is the app requirements. And we can also try to use this coupon, which is valid. This last created coupon, it is still valid. So let's take his ID and use them by changing valid flag to false. Okay, the flag was changed. Let's fetch again all coupons, and you can see all coupons are not valid. Let's again try to create new coupon. We receive information that coupon create will be available in 3 minutes 53 seconds. So let's go back to the dashboard, refresh this dashboard, and yeah, you can see that something was changed and user use. Yeah, his status, last status when users use try to create coupon, finished with error. So yeah, we gather this. We can see also on the graph the time of creating successful coupon creation. Let's test other users. So okay, try to create coupon for another user. Yeah, it finished with error. This one, okay, this will be successful. Create coupon for this user. Again, we finish with error, and this one. Let's refresh the dashboard, and yeah, again, the statuses were changed. We can see the time. Probably not all data were fetched yet, but also as you can see, the total decanters of methods were incremented. Okay, the dashboard was updated. It is also nice in Grafana because we can aggregate and show data only based on labels we have in metrics. So yeah, let's for example show data only of Zeus user, and yeah, now we can see only data for the Zeus user. So it is the we've got as I mentioned earlier we have metrics with users label, and yeah we are showing only metrics with for the label value Zeus. But also another nice thing in Prometheus is possibility to defining custom alert rules, and I also predefined one simple alert rules. It is app server is down, so yeah, it based on the built-in app metric for and label instance and container app, and now the container is running, so the alert is inactive. So let's turn off the container with the app server. Okay, as you can see, the app server container was exited. So let's go back to the alert. And yeah, something was changed. As you can see, the alert state changed from inactive to pending. That's why, because in the alert rule, we've got time, defined time So if this metric up metric value will be not equal 0 for more than 1 minute, the alert will change from pending to firing, and yeah, that actually means that the alert will be active, and if we have configured some notification channel in the alert manager, so in that moment we will receive the information that with this alert, so app server is down. Let's refresh. Yeah, alert is active because container is down and it isn't running, so alert is active, and yeah, the alert will be sent. What else we can monitor except the I don't know, requests? So we can also monitor, for example, the maybe tasks, salary task, background tasks, salary worker, and monitor status, how many tasks are running, what was the status of this task, what was the execution time. And I mentioned on the beginning also about the exporters. So and I mentioned that I integrated the node exporter container, and node exporter is exporter which provides metrics of Linux machine. And I also created some another dashboard for the node exporter, and as you can see here, it is much more advanced because we've got much more data. For example, the table with information about my local machine, the current load, disk usage, CPU, memory, network traffics, and it is the node exporter is running on port probably this one, yeah, and yeah, those are metrics which I'm using in the device dashboard, and as you can see, there are a lot of metrics available here. So yeah, we can nicely visualize them on simple in a very nice way on in Grafana on dashboard. And and probably that will be everything I prepared. I want to mention that my application will be available on GitHub. So if you like it, you can download it and play by yourself. And yeah, that's what I prepared for today.
Awesome. Thank you, Rafał. Thank you very much for your presentation. Now it's time for a short Q&A session. So if you have some questions you want to ask Rafał, still have time. Don't hesitate to write them on the chat section. And Rafał, we actually have one question. Can you tell us how Prometheus is configured?
Okay, I forgot to show, but yeah, we've got from YAM format configuration file when we can define the targets we want scrape for data, and yeah, there also on the official Prometheus page, yeah, there is some really nice tutorial, and the entire configuration flow is described. So I think it would be the best to visit the official Prometheus page to familiarize with
Okay.
configuration.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. We have one question from Kuba. What are the metric values used for?
What are metrics values used for? Um, it depends. Metric values. So it depends what do you want to monitor. In my application, I use metric values. Yeah, metric, not label metric values. Okay, so I counted the total number of requests. So that was that is the example usage. What else we can use more advanced metrics like summary and histograms for tracking the latency or performance. Some operations we can use gauges for setting timestamps to track the user's activity or other activities. For example, what to be honest, we can use it for whatever purpose we want. If we have some numeric, if you have some numeric values, we can track. So we can use the Prometheus metrics for that.
Okay, thank you very much. I hope Kuba gets his answer. I will give like 1 second to gather some more questions. In the meantime, maybe I'll just remind you that this is our third MonteTalks event this year and more to come. So let us know if you have any topics you would like us to talk about, or you have any suggestions. We are always open for some feedback or some comments. So just let us know, even on the Facebook Messenger. Yeah, and one last thing we have from Bart on Facebook. Rafał, I'll just show it to you. Let me know if you can
Okay.
answer that.
So version 1.3 in the Grafana dashboard up in sector. It is Django itself. No, so probably 1.3. There was. Let me check it quickly. There
I can
was
show us, our audience the screen if you want.
okay. So yeah, we had the app info section here, but yeah, there is version 1.0, and yeah, this is that isn't the version of the Django. It's a version of the application, and I defined this. So
Okay. Yeah, Bart wasn't sure, but he decided to ask. That's good. It's always better to ask.
yeah.
Okay. So I think we are close to the end of our events today. I would like to, Rafał, thank you again for sharing your knowledge and expertise with us today, and for all who are watching us. Thank you for being with us today. If you couldn't be with us from the beginning of our life, don't worry. This live is recorded, so you can watch it on your own time. Bart, it will be great if you can send us your last question on our fan page, so we can answer you directly even today. And yeah, thank you once again. Have a nice rest of the evening, and we'll see you next time. Thank you very much, Rafał.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.